Hello, I'm Becky Fender, and for those of you who do not know me, I want to tell you a little bit about myself. My husband and I, my husband, to whom I have been married for almost 54 years, we came to San Antonio almost 50 years ago and started Living Way Church. And we are still pastoring here, but we are joined now with our two sons, with our daughter-in-law, with our two grandchildren and our granddaughter-in-law, all in full-time ministry and serving God to the best of their ability with great excellence and stewardship. And I am just so proud of our family and so blessed to be a part of Living Way Church here in San Antonio. I love God. I love His people. I love the ministry. I love all of it and am so thankful that God called me to do this. This is my life and I love it. I am a songwriter. I am a singer. I play keyboard. I did not take lessons for keyboard. I grew up watching my mother play, sitting down on the piano bench beside her, and she taught me to love music. She taught me to love God with music. I can't take any credit for my voice, even if you don't particularly care for my voice. The voice that I do have came from God, and God has used my voice, and I'm very thankful for that. But in all humanity, even though we're very, very blessed as I am, we always have something else that we want to do that is a little bit more difficult than those things that came naturally. I wanted to write songs. I wanted it with all of my heart. And when we were in our 20s here in San Antonio and our children were very, very small, I was blessed to have a baby grand piano. It was in our living room, and it was my place to meet God every day because, as I told you before, my mother would sit me down beside her when I was just a child, and we would worship the Lord together. And so that was what I did. I would go in on the piano every day, and I would play and sing and worship and praise and hear from God. And it was my place. I loved that place. But quite often in that place, I would tell the Lord, I want to write songs. I was already recording at the time, and I was covering other people's songs, and I have no trouble with that, no problem with that at all, because those songs were very anointed, and the Lord used me to minister to those songs. But I wanted to write my own. I wanted to write music. And I would tell the Lord this every day. Every day. I'm sure that He knew that that was going to be a part of the conversation that we would have every day. And I would try. I really did honestly try. But the problem was, the challenge was that my mother and dad gave me a transistor radio on my 6th birthday. And I consumed music every day, all day long. I would put the transistor radio under my pillow at night, and I would listen to it until I fell asleep. And sometimes it would still be playing the next morning when I woke up. So my head was full of music, full of songs, full of lyrics, full of all of those chords that I could play or couldn't play that impressed me, but I wanted to do that so badly. The problem was I had so much music in me that everything I came up with, I could remember where I got it. I would come up with a lyric and then I'd think, that's in song such and such. Or I'd come up with a chord progression and think, I found a good melody to write to. And then if I thought about it long enough, I could remember where I heard that melody line. And it frustrated me and it made me anxious. And I was just so desirous of this. And one day, I went in and sat down at that baby grand piano on DeSoto Street in Universal City, Texas. And the Lord said to me, today is the day. You're going to write a song. I'm going to give you a song. And I said, today you're going to give me a song. I didn't realize that he literally meant that he was going to give me a song. He said, you have been trying this on your own. He said, but you need to write from your heart and tell people what I have done in your life and how they can get to the point where I can do the same thing for them. And I was so excited, and my heart was pounding. And I had always taken a pad and pen and set it on the edge of the piano because I fully expected God to speak to me. But what I didn't expect was when he spoke to me about this song, that he was really going to give me the song as if he were dictating it to me, and I had to write it down as quickly as it came. And there were 2 or 3 times that I had to say, slow down, I need to write it all down. And he gave me the first song that I had ever written from beginning to end. Before that, I had written choruses that we sang in the service, but never a full song that had verses and a chorus and an ending. And this song was called I Give You Jesus. And every line of that song was something that God did for me personally somewhere in my life. And when I wrote I Give You Jesus, something broke open in my spirit and allowed the songs that had been given to me to break forth. And I have written probably at least 100 songs since then. But I Give You Jesus is the first song that I wrote, and it's the song that has been recorded the most, sung the most, sold the most copies in my life because it came straight from God. And I determined that day that I would not write music that sounded good only, but I would write music that means something, lyrics that will touch your heart, lyrics that will bring you hope when you have no hope, lyrics that will bring healing into your body, lyrics that will open the presence of God to you in such a way that you've never experienced him before. That's what I desire to do. So because of that, I felt led a few weeks ago, and my sweet granddaughter is helping me do this. Jaden, thank you. To give you the story behind the songs. So for the next few weeks, I'm going to do a series. It's called The Story Behind the Song, because every song that I've written has a miraculous story. And it's a story of how awesome God is and how awesome he wants to be in your life. I hope you'll tune in every time. I hope you will. And I believe that we will be able to let you know how you can access these songs. Even if you don't want to buy them, you can access them for free. I can tell you that you will be blessed, not because of me, but because of the God that lives in me. So please watch for me. I'm coming, and I'm going to bless you with the Word of God written in song.
I give you Jesus.